very good evening to you. Welcome to the Tuesday edition of the show. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Well, we're here to take you on a trip across the money-spinning world of sports. And we're so happy because there's a lot to talk about today. On a special day like this, you have the Feast of Football in the UEFA Champions League. 2 matches currently going on as we speak. We'll be talking about that. Trust us to interrupt whatever we're doing at any time to give you updates from the UEFA Champions League. Of course, in football, the biggest issue generating debate is the CAF elections. We'll be talking about that on the show as well tonight. Hopefully, we will be linking up with some special people who will be able to give us insights into the CAF elections and also the just concluded CAF Champions League. The teams, analysis of the teams that might likely make it into the group stage of the CAF Champions League. We will also probably talk about the under 20 African Nations Cup, the teams that will be representing us at the under 20 FIFA World Cup in South Korea because the draws will be held tomorrow. We'll give you all of that and probably spare a thought for Floyd Mayweather Jr. The talks about the fight with Conor McGregor. We will also try to do that for you on the show tonight. But then let me just bring you into all that we're doing on the show. We want you to know that this is going to be a dialogue. We don't want just to be speaking here. We want you to know that you're an integral part of what we're doing on the show tonight. On a special day like this where a lot is happening at the same time, we want you to interact with us. And that's how you can do it. Just in case you join us for the first time, you can send your comments to us on Facebook, as you have on your screen, Channels iPhone Sports. And of course, you can go on Twitter, our verified handle, Channels_Sports, or my handle that you have right there on this, any of the handles you have on the screen. Your thoughts will be read out loud. And of course, you get a chance to speak, and everybody will listen to you. All right, let me quickly introduce my partner. He is going to be with me from start to finish tonight. He keeps his shirt. Every Tuesday we have him with us, and it gives a pleasure to welcome Cosmos Chukwemeka to the show tonight. Cosmos, let me welcome you on a special day where there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, a lot to talk about. And good evening, Yemi. It's good to be back on the show. You just said it. We're going to be talking about the UEFA Champions League, big one, with Leicester City overturned that one goal deficit. And of course, in the other game as well, it's really going to be a very interesting night. And of course, the CAF election on Thursday, we'll know whether the status quo continue or there's going to be a change in the continent when it comes to the governing of football in Africa. And I think that is pretty much it. A whole lot to talk about as well. The Nigeria Professional Football League is getting to that point
some rescheduled games.
Yes, exactly. It's getting to that point where we start, separating the boys from the men. So, of course, we'll talk about that as well. And of course, like you said, give everybody the best of sporting information and, of course, updates as it happens.
Yeah. We're going to take you to the UEFA Champions League shortly. At this point, some of those matches are currently going on. But Cosmos, just a word.
Yeah.
What do you think is happening, will happen, rather, at the end of 90 minutes today? Leicester probably able to upturn the results. Or, okay, this is it. Juventus is goalless in Turin against Porto. Let's not forget that Juventus have a 2-0 advantage from the first leg. And of course, Leicester have, well, not a mountain to climb, but they have a job to do against Sevilla. A quick response after about 20 minutes of football, Cosmos.
Yeah, of course. You know the game in Turin is pretty much in the hands of Juventus. Juventus know that they pretty much one leg in the quarterfinals of the UEFA Champions League, and they know that what they just need to do is consolidate against a Porto side that, interestingly, after that loss against Juventus, have pretty much improved in the Portuguese Super League. So Porto needs to make sure that this score goes. I mean, Benfica went
3 unreplied goals.
Yeah, 3 unreplied goals. Benfica went out last week. With they doing the possible in Turin, that is something that is left to be seen. And of course, as in Leicester City, Leicester will be playing against Sevilla. You know what has happened in the past weeks, the sack of Claudio Ranieri, and of course the elevation of Shakespeare as a coach. And of course Shakespeare has won 2 matches on the bounce, and you know, against the Sevilla side that are European champions when it comes to the Europa League, and of course they know how to play this competition. They, of course, they have a 1-goal deficit, but they scored an away goal.
All right,
Sevilla will try as much as possible to see whether they can score
Hold
it
on.
and overturn it.
All right.